Yeah, so that's the first thing, guys. My Black Man 360 here with the brother, myself, off in the joint. We out here trying to figure out this UCC thing and also, discussing some history about America, driver's license, stuff like that. So, without further ado, you know, driver's license, whether you know it or not, driver's license is really a United States document. I'm sorry, a United Nations document. Upon coming up on a few pieces of research when you study, it says the symbols of the United Nations documents are composed of capital letters combined with figures. Mention of such a symbol indicates a reference to a United Nations document. Materials in this publication, anyway, that right there lets you know that a United States document or a United Nations document is your ID, because it consists of symbols, it consists of capital letters combined with figures. Mention of such symbols indicates a reference to a United Nations document. So United Nations, if I ain't mistaken, is under trade, international trade agreements, or whatever the case may be. And just in case you people didn't know, America's insolvent. They went bankrupt several times. Well, the last one I've heard about is 1933, and I think they just had one in 1999. They're really trying to get out of the bankruptcy, but they can't. Court is a judicial or other authority competent to control or supervise insolvency proceedings. So what they're saying is right here is that by America being insolvent and by them being bankrupt, they issue what they called Federal Reserve notes, or in other words, Federal Reserve promissory notes. These promissory notes were designed as instruments to buy food and things and goods because there is no money, which is the compelled benefit. The compelled benefit means a promissory note that you are forced to use, because remember, in the Exchange Act, I believe is in around 1933, they passed a law that you couldn't print your own money. So by us not being able to print our own money, they are forcing us, which is we are compelled to use this benefit. So believe it or not, money is debt. What we call money is debt. The Federal Reserve note is known as a fiat currency. It is debt. It's a debt instrument. It's attached to serial notes. So in other words, if you give a motherfucker $20, you just gave him a promissory note to pay him $20 in real money. That's why he gives you a receipt, to remind you that you owe him $20 in real money. So all you people run around spending money, believe it or not, you're doubling your debt. There are more than one way to pay off anything. According to House Joint Resolution 192, they gave us a remedy because there's no way to pay off debt. They gave you a way to charge back your debt using what they call a bond or a exemption account known to the U.S. Treasury, based upon the numbers on the back of your birth certificate and the letters on your, not on the back of your birth certificate, on front of your birth certificate, and the letters and the numbers that's on the back of your Social Security card. So, with that being said, when you're being dragged into court or whatever it is, claim is what the game is. Contract and claim. That's why they say you are alleged, you are accused. The claim is a right to payment from the estate of the debtor, whether arising from a debt, a contract, or other types of legal obligation whether liquidated or unliquidated, matured or unmatured, disputed or undisputed, secured and unsecured, fixed and contingent. I ain't reading out no book. I've been studying this shit. Note, some jurisdictions recognize that the ability to right were permitted by applicable law to recover assets from debtors or as claimed. These things y'all got to understand, because this terminology is the terminology of their world. We operate in a society where you were taught from birth about Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, and the war was about slavery. The war was about the North going bankrupt and needed some shit from the South, and the South wouldn't give it to them, so they tried to take it over. That's what the war was about. Slavery was already on its way out because we was freeing our damn selves. We wasn't having it no more, just like we about to do right now. That's the truth. Secondly, this is about a corporation. Around the time that Lincoln was assassinated, there was a group of men that opened up a business called the District of Columbia, Inc. Shortly after the assassination of Lincoln, all of a sudden, it became the United States government, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, or United States, Washington, D.C. The 10-mile radius that they call Washington, D.C. is the corporation headquarters. And that headquarters only encompasses 10 miles on all sides. Perfect square. I ain't gonna say perfect square, but it's a square. But they have contracted motherfuckers out called governors and shit that go out into these other territories we call states, and they contract their business out. They offer certain benefits and privileges that will compel you to waive your rights in order to take part in these benefits and privileges. So this is the trick. This is the fish hook. The fish hook is, you want welfare, sign this motherfucking paper. That's gonna give us rights to come snatch your children, motherfucking put your baby daddy in jail.
What you gonna be subject to if you sign this?
Right. Nobody reads the conditions, because the only thing you got is food stamps on your mind. So you ain't read what the hell these motherfuckers telling you they get to do if you give them consent. Because your signature gives any document life. Document. It's a documentation or a documentary of the mind put on paper that you make tangible and agree to agreeing to its existence when you put your wet signature on it. So these motherfuckers got you caught up in football, basketball, American Idol, Basketball Wives. I love shopping. I want to do this. You know what shopping is for consumers? Consumers are mindless creatures who cannot help but do what the television tell them to do. You buy things you don't even want. Prove it. Advertisement. The advertisement makes you want what you're buying. Before you seen the advertisement, did your mind just pop up and say, hey, I need a new iPad? Before you seen the advertisement, did your mind just say you need something to rub on your ass, make it bigger, or some shit like that? No. Because they know that the teacher is the television in the school system who taught you about common law but never taught you about commercial law. So commercial law is the secret that they using to hide the light from niggas. Masons and Shriners and all these people know that the true covenant is with Yahweh. And they made a replica called Hades, known as Hell, also known as the commercial world, corporate America, whatever you want to call it, and created a corporate fiction and monetized your very souls, minds, and bodies. When you were born, your mama got a birth certificate. They say, ma'am, do you want to sign this birth certificate? What you gonna name the baby, this, that, and the other? And she's so happy she got a child, she signed that birth certificate, and she ready to show it off to everybody, but not knowing that that birth certificate was sent to the Secretary of State and the Treasury, and they selling that motherfucker on Wall Street based upon how much money they think your child is gonna be worth when by the time he or she dies. So with that being said, your mother, when she signed the birth certificate, the paper didn't say mother where she signed that. It said informant. So she informed the United States that she just produced another piece of merchandise, a product that's gonna make money. So when you go get your job, you report to human resources, and you put your social down and your whole name down and your birth date down, because that birth date gives them the file number to go and look up your fucking bond and receive credits for offering benefits to the public. See, that's how corporations work. By offering benefits to the public, they receive notes from you. They turn those notes into a bank. The bank receives credits, which continuously gives them more loans so that they can continuously be able to create products to make you spend your notes. Your promissory notes are very important to have at the moment, because I ain't say they're very important to have, but what they are is tools, because I can't even say that. Because you can accept anything for value and make it real. The paper dollar is only paper. That's it. No different from that. If two people sign that, put a $75,000 bill on the front of it, and me and this brother sign it and say this is worth $75,000, that's what the fuck is worth. It's a contract. It's the compelled promise. It's the compelled benefit. So when you go to court and you don't consent to the compelled benefit, what you telling them is that you don't agree to any contract that's causing you to have to deal with any money and give them shit. So I know y'all thought the Mighty Black Man just rapped on this motherfucker, but I'm got something for y'all. It's New Year. So anyway, sting y'all a little bit more. The UCC 308 giving you the power to, perform under any contract under inspection of contract authorization or a delegation of authorization, proof of jurisdiction, proof of contract. Without these things, they are not allowed to put their motherfucking hands on you. There's equal law, there's equal rights under law. In translation, equal rights under contracts. If you know how to argue the contract, you got equal rights. That's what the game about. The reason why they treating you like niggas is because they know your ass don't know shit about commercial law and contracts. This is what you must master. The game is about, y'all think it's money. That's what they told y'all. It's money. It's not. It's fiat currency used in an insolvency bankruptcy. That's why they have courts. Courts are competent people with the jurisdiction to supervise the insolvency proceedings. The insolvency proceedings is a bankruptcy. Now I'll let y'all marinate on that. This is the Mighty Black Man 360, corresponding with the brother myself, aka me, Seth Israel. Shalom Alaikum. Peace to all the gods out there. I like to recommend a few videos, the Mighty Sovereign. Got a lot of powerful videos. Check out this video called The Corporation. I think you can find it on the 13th Sun channel. Wake up, niggas. It's time to hostily take over this bitch without even fighting. You feel what I'm saying? The Bible says we will inherit mansions that build is not. And this how the fuck we gonna do it. So, everything that has breath, praise Yahweh.